Here's why I use luxury vinyl plank instead of hardwood floors in my rental properties. I own 19 properties worth over $4 million. And this is why I use luxury vinyl plank in all the properties except one. So hardwood flooring is pretty high maintenance, actually, whereas luxury vinyl plank is not any maintenance at all. For example, hardwood flooring is like prone to water damage. So if you're dripping your hands or getting anything wet, it's going to leave watermarks, especially if a pet were to go to the bathroom on hardwood flooring. It would leave a stain and a smell that you just cannot get out because it seeps through those organic fibers in the wood. Luxury vinyl plank, on the other hand, is virtually waterproof, and you could just wipe any water right off of it without creating a single stain or seeping into the material. So if you guys have really nice tenants, they might take care of it. But if it's a rental property, people are going to probably be moving in and out every year or 2 or 3 years. And so that's going to be a lot of scratching potential on your hardwood floors, which are prone to scratching. Luxury vinyl plank, on the other hand, is much harder, and it's virtually impossible to scratch. Now let's talk about what the cost of installing this stuff is. So a hardwood floor would actually cost about $12,500 to finish out a 1,500 square foot space, where luxury vinyl plank, on the other hand, for the same space would cost about $8,200. So as you can see, the hardwood floor, you actually probably need to refinish it every 7 years under normal wear and tear. But luxury vinyl plank could last over 15 years on average, no problem, before you'd have to replace it. So these are some of the reasons why I use luxury vinyl plank in all my properties. The one that has hardwood floors, I just happened to buy it and it had that. And so I did refinish it with the hardest finishing material that I could find. And I'm crossing my fingers that it stays nice as it goes through the first tenant. They're about to move out, so I'll let you guys know. The other thing that I don't want to understate, because you won't realize this unless you've done multiple properties. Every time you want to renovate a property, you have to make a lot of decisions on what the finishes are and make sure it looks nice and it's very attractive for people to want to come in and rent it. It shows well. Hardwood floor is just not appropriate for every single room. So if you've got hardwood flooring, you need to pick out separate bathroom tile and separate kitchen tile, which are more decisions. Now, luxury vinyl plank, you can just put through that whole house. It looks nice, it looks seamless, and it's waterproof. It's suitable for every room, including the bathrooms and the kitchen. So there's another reason why I like using it, because it just eliminates decisions and lets me and my team move faster. So I'm curious, Ryan, if you have any stories about luxury vinyl plank yourself.
Yeah, and we do have some that are wood floors. A lot of the houses in our market, that is what a lot of them have. And we typically, when we go in and we evaluate a house, we evaluate the condition of the wood floors as is. If they are good, then we try to keep them because we like the integrity and we like the look. Now, we have rules that if there's a wood floor, we don't allow pets. If the floors are bad, then we go over the top of them with LVP. One story I will tell you, on one of the first properties we did, this was 5 years ago now, we went with what was a cheaper, it was called laminate flooring. And now I want to talk about the difference between laminate and vinyl, because laminate, while it looks good, it is not waterproof. And it will, you think, you're like, oh, wow, this looks great. But after one tenant, it's completely destroyed. Now, it cost me to install laminate wood flooring. It cost me a fraction of what it would have to do LVP. It was probably 50% cheaper to put in a laminate floor. However, when that first tenant moved out, I went in there. They had pets. They weren't supposed to, but they did. And their pets destroyed the laminate floor. Now, I have to spend the time to tear it all out and to go back in and spend the money that I should have in the first place on laminate or on vinyl, getting vinyl plank in there, which would have held up much better, even if you have a tenant that's not following the rules and does allow pets that use the floor for their bathroom. It cleans up way easier. It's going to be so much cheaper in the long run. So don't cut corners. Just do things the right way. It will save you money. You think you're saving money at the very beginning of this by thinking, oh, well, this laminate floor is 50% cheaper. Yeah, but you're going to have to replace it, and that's not worth your time or your money.
Right. So you guys will notice both Ryan and I are making decisions on what floors to put in the property. The reason why we're making those decisions is we're typically looking for properties that we can get at a low cost, so they actually cash flow and we can rent them out for more than what the mortgage payment would be. If you're looking at listed properties on Zillow, they're probably at a retail price, which is high. It's not going to make sense. But Ryan and I spend our time looking for off-market deals. We pick out people that may be likely want to sell. And a few of those types of people might be tax delinquent on their properties or federal taxes, or they maybe have owned the house for over 15 years as a rental. And a lot of landlords don't last that long, and they typically will want to sell after they've been holding it for quite a while and haven't done any maintenance. So that allows us to get a really, really great deal. We do spend some money to fix it up, but much like, Nike shoes, they buy raw materials, put it together and sell it for more to you. When we buy a rundown house and buy the flooring materials and put it all together, the house is worth way more than what we actually spent on it. And that's what allows it to be a great investment, putting cash in our pocket when we're done with the project, but also keeping the project and renting it out and allowing that thing to cash flow. So if you guys want to find really great deals like that, DealMachine is actually hosting a cold calling challenge in the month of October, 4 weeks in a row. It's going to run a little bit into November, so you're not too late if you're hearing this. But just Google DealMachine Cold Calling Challenge. You'll find the page. You can sign up for free and join our live sessions for free and learn how to find great deals like this. I hope to see you guys there.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.